Hello, dear viewers. I hope you are all doing well. And this is our fourth lecture under the platform of Control Engineering Lab. And today we will discuss about the control of level of water using pump and control level automatically using PID controller. We have already discussed in our previous lectures PID controller, but we will study a little deep in this video lecture. So let's start with a brief introduction and then we will go to the simulation. The objective of this experiment is to control flow in system using pump, valve and the measured value from transducer automatically. We have already installed our PID controller in the simulation, and on the basis of our set point and measure value we will control the level of water. The equipment we have already installed in our labs, and you can easily see in your labs, is PCTM1. The PCTM1 flow control unit is a self-contained system comprising a pump connected to through PVC pipes to a flow sensors. PVC is a polyvinyl chloride, is a type of plastic, and through these piping the electric motor installed pump is connected with this tank. A rotor meter is also installed in this, and a control valve is also installed with this to control the level of water. The clear tank and pipes allow the student to see the processes they are controlling. The study of flow control and monitoring in system can be performed through the graphical based software. Now, the graphical based software is PCUSIM, which also stands for Process Control Unit Simulation Software, which allows you to control your pump and valve using the PID controller, and with the help of that graphical software you can easily control your water level, and you can graphically see that in this water tank. So the apparatus consists of a single pump, flow sensor, control valve, reservoir tank, a rotor meter and flow transducer. We will discuss about PID controller. That what is PID control we have already explained in our earlier lectures, and we will give it a little brief introduction. What is PID controller? A simple a function RT, which is just the difference of set point, our desired output, and process variable or measured value which is receiving at the output, is the simple difference of these two, and this function is then further processed with proportional, integral and derivative modules, and the combination of these three modules, and at the end we can get our result. Again at the end we can get our feedback, and that is further reprocessed with the initial value, and these iterated process at the end can give the value errorless. So this is the mathematical form, this et with the proportional constant, this function of time with respect to time, with the function with the constant of integral and with the constant of derivative. This et is further processed. This is the mathematical form. We are having three terms, this p, this is I integral, and this is d derivative term. So let's go to our software. The software is easily available at pytronic.net. Is a demo software, and you can get it very easily. And PCU SIM stands for Process Control Unit Simulation Software. We have already worked on temperature control and fluid control, different levels, fluid level control. Today we will work on, you can already see that we have different options over here. So one by one we will start to define these options. First we will uncheck this I and D. So by unchecking this I and D, it means that this PG and PB, now the first one, PID, P is a proportional module, and this is the combination of this PG and PB, and it could be only sum of 100. By means 10 into 10 we can get 100. If you want to change the value of this, let's say if you want to make it 40, it would automatically change the value to 2.5, and which is again value becomes when you multiply these two values it would give you 100. If you want to change the value of PB to 20, so it would automatically make the value of PG5, which is again sum of these two, it give you 100. So Our basic function is this t derivative I integral and pb proportional. Let's You can keep it any value of your desire, but I want to change it to 5. Okay, now now we will start the simulation, but before starting we have to keep the value of set point, it's around 80, but that 80 would take very much time, so we would set it to 30 or 40. So let's make it 30. Now you can see that the auto drain option is already checked. So let's start the simulation and see what is going in this simulation. This yellow bar over here shows the set point, which is linear. The behavior is linear, and this is our MV measured value. This is the output of pump, which is 100%. So it means that right now our pump is working 100% just to achieve this 30 level of 30, and our measured value is increasing 20. Now you can see that when our value of 25 is achieved, so this behavior uh, becomes a little exponential as compared to linearly accelerating. Now what does it mean? This proportional limit 5 is set, so when this simulation comes to understand that the difference is 5, so when the difference comes to 5 points, I mean 30 minus 25, it would become 5. So at the point of 5 it would start that iteration process, and this proportional process would start, and at the difference of 5 it will start to lower the output of pump, and by achieving that our desired value 30, it would completely switch off the pump. Now you can see that at this point our output value of pump is completely zero. It means that our pump is completely off, and we have achieved our value. Now you people must know that in proportional limit we cannot handle inverse values for it, because this is the difference of two values. So 30 minus 25 5, or 30 minus 30 minus 20 10. So let's change this value to from 5 to 10 and see what would happen. Now start the simulation again. Now it will start the deviation of that linear acceleration from 20. Okay, so it means that we have given the command to our controller that start to reduce the output of pump when the difference is 10. So from the 20 point it would start that deceleration. Okay, now at 20 point you can see that the power output of pump is reducing, and it is now gradually and slowly achieving the output value. Now you can see, so it depends on you whether you want a quick response. Let's make it to 1 and start the simulation again. Now the linear accelerating behavior would be up to 29, because the difference would be 30 minus 29 is 1. So it would be linearly accelerating up till this point, and you already know that we cannot have that accelerating value. The value of this level cannot exceed this 30, so that's why this auto drain does not comes in action. Now you can see that this linearly accelerating behavior is achieved right till this point, and after that this power of output, this pump is completely shut off, and because we have already achieved our level. For example, if this flow level is increased from 30 points, so in that situation this auto drain will start, but in that situation this proportional value does not work, because it cannot handle the negative the positive difference. For example, 30 minus 31 or 32, the result would be negative, so it cannot handle that. So let's start this integrated and derivative model. As we already know that we are controlling our level by practicing different exercises. So for example, in any case, if your pump works more as required and if the value of input exceed the set point, so at that position integrated and derivative module would help auto drain pump to start, and at that point this auto drain point will drain some water and we will achieve our required set point, that is 30 liter per minute or whatever. So now you can see that after little bit exceeding this value, this auto drain is showing on off behavior just to achieve this 30 liters per minute. But you can see that we are losing our power because right now our pump is still working at its 100%. Okay, now let set point value be reduced to 25. Now you can see that the time of auto drain pump is increased, and this is this is again sustained at that 25 liter per minute. Now set this value to sinusoidal behavior. Minimum is 20 and maximum, let's make it 30. Now we can easily understand the behavior of this pump. Now you can see that our set point is increasing by every second, and it then reduces because it is showing sinusoidal behavior. So it doesn't matter the value of our measured value when intersect with this set point, it would change the behavior of this pump, and it would automatically start the auto drain. Now you can see that we have achieved our set point value over here. Now the value of the set point is reducing as compared to this measured value. At this intersection point, the value of our set point is still increasing, and the value of our measured value, the auto drain was stopped, drain pump was stopped, and our main driven pump was started at this point. Now this sinusoidal behavior is also achieved on the basis of this integrated and derivative model. Now you must already know that you cannot select integrative or derivative model unless you do not have any kind of proportion value, because the main difference of our set point and measured value is first becomes iterated through this proportional module, then it goes to this interval integrated module, and then to control this integrated behavior, to control the error with respect to time, this derivative value works. So I hope you have understand a little bit, and if you have any questions you can ask in a comment section. Thank you so much.